Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? It feels like it's been ages. Welcome everybody to the first full week of streaming of 2026. And I said I was going to do this and I never did, and we're doing it now. Y'all, baby. Hold on. Whew. Hello. What's going on? How was your guys' weekend? Mine was pretty interesting. Not a lot happened, but you're just getting a lot done as per usual. And just a bunch of recuperating and like sketching and drawing and stuff like that. But otherwise, just general stuff. Tederact. All right, guys. All right, I was just asking chat questions, you know, seeing what the vibes was, but I suppose we're already on the bit. All right. Hello, sexy goddess. It's true. Hello. You chose this name? I literally, hold on, drop something. What are we playing? We're playing Of the Devil. But I'm filling time. We're doing a slideshow to talk about what we're doing this year. Oh my god. I wanted to talk to chat a little bit, but you know what? Sure. Hold on. Where is it? Guys, welcome to the 5th Kuma Direct. The 5th Kuma Direct. This Kuma Direct. Direct. We're not. we gotta calm down. Kuma Creamer Dreamers. That's not it at all. Erect to DVD. A little bit. Hold on. We'll turn on the music just a smidge. I think it's a little bit loud. Or it's showing up a little bit loud on my end. Alright. Anyway. He called the first one the Teddy Direct. I should have put a space in there. I didn't think people would be. I was trying to be clever. I was trying to be clever and call it the Teddy Direct. Teddy Erect. Oh my god, it doesn't sound good. I wish I vetted this while I was doing that. He too close to the sun. I didn't even he too close to the goddamn sun. I was just trying to be clever. I was like, oh, my name's Teddy. The last two letters of Teddy, like, you know, end in DI, so I can, like, you know, combo it into direct. So whatever. But anyway, we're doing a quick little one. I don't have any like big announcements. Most of it is shit that you already know. But I feel like if I do my yearly affirmations, then things will come true. The reason we're starting so late today is because we're doing Of the Devil with Bean, and I think Mondays are going to be like our visual novel days now, unless Bean's schedule changes. So, like, you know, be on the lookout for that. So let's just do this real quick. Okay. Well, hey, how's it going? We already covered this. I kind of like I want you guys to understand that my slideshow making process is mostly just a bunch of talking points, and like this was supposed to be like the main talking point of this slide, so I can like bullshit as I go. And I think the reason why I did that, make my slideshows like that, is because in class they were like, we want you to not read off of slides. So I took that to heart, and I was just like, well, I'll just make shit up as I go along. So I like have a talking point on the screen or maybe an image and be like, well, this is how it directs this. But anyway, 2025 versus 2026. 2025 was actually pretty goddamn impressive. I did my transition into 3D VTubing. Still trying to figure that out. And it was the most I've streamed on the platform. I did like almost like 150 streams, which is pretty good. So if last year was about like being consistent, I think this year is actually about trying to hammer down like some good habits. And like that means like, you know, making edits and posting on websites. Probably not, you know, Twitter, because it's imploding right now. I already made like a low-key promise that if I'm going to post something on Twitter that's like of my own, I'm going to heavily crop it and link it to my Blue Sky. I'm probably going to start posting on Tumblr again. Oh my god, that's going to be interesting, because I just don't go on that website anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna probably this is the year of growth, so we're gonna try to be like making TikToks, YouTube shorts, and I also do want to draw more, as well as maybe do my chapter 1 of my Brain Baby comic that has been shuffling around in my head for the past forever. So that's something I want to do. Oh, I guess that's the next slide actually. Yeah. I'm gonna draw more. There's gonna be more art streams on here. I'm just gonna stream whatever I feel like, really. Like if there's a day where I'm like, well, I don't really have anything to stream, I'm just going to turn on the fucking thing and just start drawing. And then like just let the spirit of whatever the fuck take me. I also this year, I think I say this every slide, I want to connect more with like people. I want to do more collabs with other people and like, you know, do that, but that involves me coming out of my shell. So like I said, if last year was the year of consistency, this year is going to be the year of trying to actually grow. And part of that is going to be getting real uncomfortable and stepping out of my comfort zone. So yeah, I want to launch my comic. I also want to give a good shake at voice acting. That's something I used to do, kind of. I used to be a part of a couple podcasts back in the day, and I had a lot of fun doing those. So I think I'm gonna try to scope out some places where I can actually, you know, try to do some voice acting, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. But that's something I've been wanting to try. I feel like that would be a good thing to try. Like I said, this is all just aspirations and shit that I want to do, because if I say them out loud, then that means that somebody will like start throwing rocks at me if I stop doing shit. So I'm saying them out loud to help my brain make sense of everything. I hope that's okay. So there's that. I want to try voice acting. We got to draw more, and growth. That's the whole theme of this year. We're gonna be posting. I'm gonna be making edits. I'm gonna be posting on TikTok. I'm gonna be trying to soft launch on Instagram, I guess. I hate social media. I don't know if that's like relevant or not, but like, oh my God, the things I'd give for like a social media manager. Oh, this is a good transition. People in chat, if you are listening, and if you are a regular at the Kumateti streams, make sure you clip stuff. It helps me a bunch. Even if you're watching the VOD on Twitch, just clip something and put it in the highlight channel on the Discord. Or if you've made something for me, make sure that you like put it in the Discord so I can see it. Like it helps out a bunch. It like not even like not even, what is the word? Not even like emotionally. It's just like actually like if something funny happens and I forget about it, I don't have to scrub through my own VOD to try to edit it. It's just like somebody's clipped it already and I can just go back and then edit that and then post it somewhere. So like if you see something, clip it, and then I can go back and see like what clips have been made, and it makes things a lot easier. But yeah, that's you reading this. Hold on, you. Yes, you at the keyboard. I need you to start clipping stuff. snip, clipping this now. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I think the thing is that I'm not going to be doing stuff like, I'm not gonna be hunting for clips, right? I'm still gonna be myself and stuff like that. I think that's like the whole point of like doing this, is trying to be like, you know, genuine and stuff like that. So we're gonna be doing that. But yeah, let's go to mini announcements, or like stuff that I want to try doing this first half of the year. But yeah, let's see, more variety. We got to clear out the Steam backlog. There's so many games that I have like on my fucking Steam list that I have not played because I'm like, oh, that would be a good stream day. That would be a good stream game. And I just haven't touched. I haven't had touched Hades 2. Shoni bought me Hollow Knight. I haven't touched Hollow Knight. I've never played Hollow Knight. So like there's a bunch of different games that I think that would be fun stream games to try, that are going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, we're still doing like visual novels and stuff like that. There's another one. There's a furry visual novel that I think I can play it on stream. That's coming out with a chapter 1 soon that I think will be fun to do. So there's that. I think me and Dante might be doing that, or I will just gather up the visual novel crew and be like, hey guys, we're playing a furry visual novel today. Lock in. But yeah, there's a bunch of different games that I have. So we're good on games. There will be gameplay this year. There will be video games. We're gonna be playing video games. What's my next one? Oh yeah, Eternity Lock 2. Everything is in place for phase 3. As far as I know, everyone's got their edits done. I just need them in my hand, and then we this Friday we're going to go in blind, and the suffering, the Torment Nexus will be back in full swing this Friday. Oh, fuck, I forgot to say. I know that in one of these streams I was like, hey, if we reach a certain amount of subscribers, I will do a Minecraft playthrough, and we reached that certain amount of subscribers. The problem is that the boycott. So we'll have to figure out something else, but due to the boycott that's going on with Microsoft games, and you know, Minecraft is like, you know, a Microsoft product right now, we will not be playing Minecraft in support of Palestine. Stuff like, it's a small thing that I can do, so we're just not going to touch that for a little bit. Yep. So there's that. But yeah, Eternity Lock 2 Phase 3 is going to start. And for those of you who don't know what Phase 3 is, it's going to be 3 randomized paths that we can go on, all curated by my friends Carlos, Proto, and Zero. So I'm scared. I don't think it's going. I've been told that they keep telling me like, hey, we made it fair but stressful, and I'm like, cool, that's great. That's great. That's super cool, guys. But yeah, so Phase 3 starts this Friday. Make sure that you guys are there for it. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. There's going to be a lot of chat participation with that. I think you guys are going to be voting on what seed I start with, and then I think at the end, if at each reset, you guys will decide if we will reset on that path or if we will go on another path to do that. I think that's how we're going to do that. Not like a walk in the park, but not unfairly punishing. Yeah, they specifically, I specifically asked them, like, don't do a Kaizomon, because this is supposed to be a marathon, right? It's supposed to be fun for me a little bit. I don't want to be like min-maxing in a randomized run, right? Nobody wants to see that. All right, I do want to do this for the first half of the year, and I'm probably going to start talking to people about it because it is something I want to do. I'm not sure if it's going to be 2XKO, but it has to be a game that like a lot of people have access to. I want to do a Teddy Invitational, and I was talking about this yesterday. Not yesterday. Fuck me. I was talking about this like the last time we did the Teddy Direct, and I just want to invite people who maybe don't play fighting games, or like maybe they do, and I need to talk to people to try to get this organized and see how it works, because I do want to just do something fun. And like if it's just my friends, that's fine, but I do want to reach out to like other people in the scene that, like, you know, maybe don't play fighting games, or like, you know, don't know about me, or like just looking to have like a quick tournament. And like, I think how I want to structure it, I'm leaking information, how I want to structure it is that like it's going to be round robin the first time to decide teams, right? And then like after the teams are decided, then it just becomes a crew battle the next time we get together to play. So like it would be like the first week is like, you know, figuring out like, you know, where people are seated for like the round robin. Everybody fights everybody. Depending on point layout, you get 2 team captains, the person in first, the person in second, and then they get to choose who they want from each seed, who did like so like it'll be 8 people. They get to decide, the top 2 get to decide who they want on their team from each seed, right? So you'll get the person from like, you know, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, yeah, so on and so forth, right? So that's how it would be decided. And then we take a break week, and then the next week we all get together and then have a big crew battle and see who has the most points. and we would go in reverse order. So it would be the person who, like, you know, I think I've got something here. I think I've got something here. But I would need to talk to somebody about it. But like, if that sounds fun to you, I think it would be fun to do. I think it would be fun to do. And I definitely want to do that for the first half of this year. So there's that as well. And then Event Horizon. I don't know what the theme's gonna be this year. I gotta start thinking about that. I wanna make Event Horizon, like I said, it's a yearly 24-hour stream. It might not be on my birthday because for those of you, well, actually it might be on my birthday. When is my birthday this year? I don't know. But Event Horizon is our yearly 24-hour stream that we do. And I want to make it something super cool this year, so I'm probably going to start working on it earlier this year, because usually I just give myself like 2 months, maybe like a month and a half to start working on stuff. And I think I want to make this one a little bit more special, so like it's good to start thinking about it early and start getting stuff out of the way early and being like, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to be working with the people that my like, as always, my lovely collaborators, and we're gonna try to get something going earlier this year so that when it is time for Event Horizon, we're super prepared and it's gonna be a super cool stream. It was a super cool stream last year. I always have a lot of fun during these, and it's gonna be a super cool stream this year. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe I'll make an announcement at our half-year check-in for another Kuma Direct. Oh yeah, also more bits. That's something I want to do this year. One-off streams that aren't necessarily gameplay. Like this kind of ties into like the fighting game tournament thing. But like, you know, like something like You Laugh, You Lose or something like that. Or there's one I want to do for Valentine's Day. Me and a couple friends of mine, mainly Cola, have been like writing down ideas. Teddy Bakes a Cake stream. Literally, that sounds so fun. I don't know how I'd set that up, especially with how my like PC is like set up and stuff like that, and I don't have a laptop either that I can stream from, but that would be fun to do. I also want to do like VR chat and stuff like that, but that requires me to get a headset, whatever. It requires a lot of setup, but I think more one-off streams would be fun. That isn't necessarily just gameplay or art streams. We gotta do some more bits, and I've got a couple good bits lined up. I just need people. And I think I'm gonna start. Part of my problem is that I've got to start coming out of my cage and being like, this is what the fuck we're doing. This is what I have planned. Can anyone help me out with this? Because I kind of like to do everything on my own, and that's a negatory. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's about that. I think that covers everything. This year's gonna be great. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest. Because like I said, I'm gonna be putting a lot of effort. I'm going to try to put a lot of effort into this year when it comes to Twitch and stuff like that. But when it comes to Twitch, when it comes to like just me in general, when and what I put out. Oh hey Bean. Oh, wow. I'm finishing up the thing, and we can hop over to Morgan.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna be putting more effort into the stream and like in art and all this other stuff. So please look forward to it. Please look forward to it. Yeah, hopefully you guys stick around for that. Anything helps. Like I said, clipping is the big one if you do show up a lot. Reposting stuff on Blue Sky. Twitter's kind of a dead space. I don't really like. I half post on there. I don't really like anything that in regards to art and my art. I'm not gonna be posting. It's gonna be cropped. So I'm probably just gonna be posting GIFs on Twitter. I'm gonna be posting on Tumblr, TikTok, whatever. If you see something of mine, if you could boost it, great. Tell your friends, tell your mom, etc., etc. And I think it's time to play some. What is it? Of the Devil. Let me change the name. How you doing, Beanlet? Unless we already lost her.
Okay. I missed like 2 seconds just now because my parents walked in. That's okay.
Alright. I'm dragging Chris in here.
I'm going to stuff my mouth until I finally have to start reading.
Hello. Well, we have to do more reading today because Yuri is not available today.
Fuck! It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Comet in Morgan's suit. I need to draw a new Fugis.
Well, I mean, at least Of the Devil is only, how many episodes? 2?
2 episodes. We're halfway. I think we're at the halfway point of the first one.
Yeah, so I mean, we can think about that later.
We think about that later. I do think that we need some sort of going live image for when we play visual novels, because there's more visual novels that we need to play. We don't know when Danganronpa's coming out, P.
Oh god. Oh god.
You are like 25% through the first episode? What the fuck?
Oh. Okay. Thumbs up emoji.
Alright. The full price
Haven't
episodes
we,
are
like,
meaty?
Only just finished the first like room of the investigation.
We might have.
We did the first area because we did the penthouse.
Yeah, and there was a lot of premise.
Exactly. Room
and
1.
prologue.
You know what? Fair enough.
Set up.
All right, I hope you guys brought a voice loop. Oh, hold on. Let me update the thing.
Hate how you said that, but I did.
Yeah, good. See? All right, Morgan Monday. I'm going to @ the server again, like an asshole.
I'm still working my way through this horrible egg thing.
God, that did look like a horrible egg thing. Is it just dense?
No, it tastes good. It's just a lot of egg.
Man, I kind of low-key.
I'm fine.
I'm frightened by that.
Low-key, I kind of want like a bite. Just a bite. Because that is a lot of egg.
It looks like a really fucked up quiche.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. An egg thing.
Alright, I'm adding the server. Like an asshole. Oh. If the game wants to start, yep, no, hold on. All right. Chat, do you pronounce quiche or quickie? Well, do you guys pronounce it quickie? All right. Quickie. Video game? There we go. All right. Guys. Wait, what food do I have on right now? Hold on. I need a different Fugi. I need a different Fugi. Ba, ba, ba. God, Chris, I keep forgetting. You need to like hit me with a brick and say, Teddy, I need you to draw me a actual Fuki. Chris? Hello? Oh God. What is up with Discord? Of course. Okay. Discord's crashing. As soon as we get the happens every time. Is Discord down? What's a Teddy stream without technical difficulties? I wish it wouldn't. Discord's still up for me. Okay, it's just my Discord then. Because my Discord is turbo down. So much so that I'm going to open up Task Manager and kill it. Then maybe that'll work. Gotta kill each instance of it. I haven't had that issue yet. All right. Hello?
Oh, you're back.
Oh my
You're
God.
alive.
Fucking Discord, man.
True.
Oh.
The enshittification of Discord.
Right. I don't think our Fugis are gonna work.
Yeah, no, I think Fugi is probably dead.
No.
It's fine.
First they take my Emma Fugi, and now this.
It's so funny. You literally, oh nope, Fugi's working. Oh nope, but it's not picking up the voice. Oh nope, there it is. There it is. It's working. All right.
The roller coaster of emotions.
Oh my God. All right. Okay, we're back in it. Everybody ready? Oh wait, you guys can't see. There we go. All right. Yippee. It's Morgan Monday.
Discord's pop out is acting up for me, where sometimes it doesn't actually keep it on top, and I'm like, why? That's the one thing you're supposed to do.
Wait, where's Chris?
Oh wow, sorry, I was testing to see if Fugi was working for me.
Oh God, it is. You're just a realistic stoat now. All right, let's get it. Gatesfield Memorial Hospital. What was my voice for Morgan again? Oh. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. And the next time that Brightzilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy. Must have been due to go on break. When you tried to find the witness's medical record, his data pad had the name blacked out. But I did see that they have Caduceus Executive 3. More expensive than David's, which means they most likely... That's you, Bean.
Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck, I was eating. No!
Gotta stay on your toes!
Fuck, I thought she would be in the elevator alone!
No!
How did you do that?
You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
That is not what I meant. were many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Hold on. Game's a little loud. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Boom. Ah, that's why.
All the way up.
Hold on, checking audio levels. Oh, we can turn down just a smidge more. All right, that should be better. It's coming out better on my end. Well, I didn't do anything. It was the nurse who escorted us.
Yes, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help you with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Of course I have. Treat others how you would want to be treated.
Wrong. Treat others how they would want to be treated. He wanted someone that he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him, and he wanted to feel appreciated. Which meant he'd be eager to help given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult. How can you know how another person wants to be treated?
There are no mind readers, and no one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves. Doesn't matter if they're your parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble.
That is not a very comforting sentiment.
Well, I think it's fun.
Only because you're good at it. How did you get good at it?
Same as everything. Same as anything. Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time then.
Oh, Morgan. What's wrong with you?
She has so many problems.
She has so many problems.
So we proceed down the hall, bear left. Look for the fourth door.
I'm gonna open the one that says Morg on it.
Oh my god.
Well, Chris, you're the golf bitch.
Oh, hey. Come on in. Don't stand out there in the cold. Wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chill in here. I run a little hot. And you can see my roommates never complain. Yumi Sato, medical examiner.
Let's check your profile.
The jacket is so...
She's slaying.
Jesus.
Occupation, medical examiner, likes accessories, reality TV, palm reading, dislikes social media, dress codes, and ebooks, loves to make new playlists, hates to throw out old clothes, most proud of my weekly meal prep.
Okay, Slay.
She is the moment. Dr. Sato, just the lady I want to see. Though I didn't expect that I'd get to. The fact that they've assigned a medical examiner and not some ad or junior means.
Oh, you can just call me Yumi. And you're?
Morgan, I represent the deceased.
The deceased. Oh, the deceased. Asher D. Wait, really? That's weird. I thought this time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who...
I know. Weird, right?
Well, what the hell do I know? I was getting tired of hosting Megs anyway. I gotta finish typing up this report before we talk shop. But in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home.
That means look around.
Yay, snooping!
What's this? The hospital's getting renamed? No, guess it's some other hospital that got snapped up. All right. Hospital renamed to thank Ikaria family. In the ribbon cutting ceremony held uptown today, Plotter Memorial Hospital was formally renamed to Northeastern Ikaria Medical Complex, in recognition of the family's incredibly generous donations over the last several years. It's the latest in a string of philanthropic philanthropic efforts by the family to result in the name change after they paid for the renovations to the orchestra hall and the retrofitting of what used to be known as the Scout Arena. But it wasn't so long ago that the Ikaria were better known for drawing blood than donating it. Back before the 50s, they had a fearsome reputation for cutthroat business practices, had their business rivals going so far as to accuse them of involvement with organized crime. After founding of Renegade Medical over 25 years ago and its subsequent sale, the Ikaria have moved out of the business world and into the upper echelons of society that are sometimes mockingly referred to as neo-ability, a generation of newly minted aristocrats born from the unique and chaotic economics of the mid-21st century and the Red Decade. What the fuck? Feel anthropic? When asked her opinion on those who label her family House Ikaria at the hospital's renaming ceremony, Renegade board member Mireille Ikaria had this to say: in this country, anyone can make a name for themselves, so long as they're willing to put in the work. Mock new money all you want, but the truth is that success is all about reinventing yourself. And the only ones uncomfortable with that we're working hard to print out the rest of your article, character by character. It's tough work, but we'd be able to go about it a lot faster if you'd leave a tip. Want to drop your payment info in the jar?
Nice.
The Ikaria. Guess they weren't always in the same line of work. Now they're plastering their name wherever to get themselves a new image. All in the ability are eager to prop up their image wherever they can. But that must go double for the Ikarias, assuming the truth about their criminal past is anywhere close to the rumors. There's trash everywhere, girl.
Sarah, why can't you keep your mouth shut for like 2 minutes, man? Come on.
That's not trash. Those are discarded parts.
Oh.
Oh. Are these all dead bodies?
One would hope so.
I only meant that I'm surprised to see them stored here. It suggests a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than the public data would lead one to expect.
Do you only examine bodies for the police, Doctor?
Oh, I wish. Nah, most of my job involves confirming COD on natural deaths for insurance adjustments. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing, mod makers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Family says the company insurance plan would pay for mods, but not a gym membership. Yeah, the whole wall there is suspected defective liver mods, suspected leaking internal bio batteries, suspected CCIC.
CCIC?
Climate change-induced complications.
You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death?
Very, very rarely.
If it can be proved, what does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's most of what I do. I don't dislike my job, it's just... so much of what I do boils down to telling a bunch of cheapskates how to split the dead man's bill. It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air.
Good heavens. Is there anything I missed? Nope, I'm looking at the big advanced thing. Hold on, I'll press control real quick. Oh. That's you being...
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that.
Good question. Every quarter, when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything, and I never do, so I submit a blank form. But I guess a while back there was a +1 in a spreadsheet somewhere, and no one's ever corrected it, so boom, I get 4 new monitors every year.
Do you run out of things to use them for?
Sometimes. This year I started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing rote work, which helps.
Watching 2 television shows at the same time helps you do rote work?
Helps me use up the screens.
I see.
That's
God, I wish that would
stupid.
be.
She's
I
finishing
want
up
2
over there?
monitors here.
Right, okay. So what's up?
Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be...
What was the cause of death?
Oh, wow. Hi there. Cute android. I didn't even realize it was
Really?
really,
Oh,
really cute. The skin is... That's remarkable. Even just looking close, you can tell they really are warm. Still not quite human body temperature, but they've come a long way. The early gens all looked flushed, felt like they were always running a fever, and they ran like it too. Oh, I
oh
bored
God. Rare appears.
Hello.
Hello, I heard there were crazy ladies here.
Oh, no.
Well, yes.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Even 2 years ago, the average warm android only lasted...
Sorry, but the circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency.
Right. So what can I tell you?
Let's go for the talk screen first, because we know the cause of death. The police mentioned a talk screen.
Yeah, that's the thing. They ran a talk screen when he first arrived, typical diagnostic intake procedure. Based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed on something, but the talk screen gave them nothing. After he died, we performed the broadest screenings possible. Nothing.
So, were you forced to conclude that this was a natural death?
I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record from his previous medical history, and I managed to isolate a single, non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before.
What was it? Some exotic toxin from a different hemisphere?
I wish. I ran it through every available database we have access to, and even a few I only sort of have access to through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match any chemical makeup of any registered compound.
Huh. So it's just custom poison?
Custom drugs.
Custom drugs. So, a designer drug, huh?
Seemed to be the best explanation.
What the hell did you do, David?
You said it didn't match any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
Those friends of yours, private sector folks?
Yeah, and pharmaceuticals.
If one of them patented a new compound, a new drug, what would keep its formula from going on the record?
In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm, so you're expected to protect your research aggressively.
Patent first, find a use later?
Yeah, a patent would have to at least describe your compound in brief, but depending on what country you file in, I've heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off the record.
Smart. Using international IP law as your own personal minefield.
How so?
Whenever you're ahead, patent as much as you can. as fast as you can, but bury the formulae on so no one knows where it's safe to walk. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card, let them know you came up with the idea years ago. And that you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink. Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger, could punch back. But for the rest of the field?
Wow, you corporate lawyers are scary.
I'm not a corporate lawyer.
So you came up with that strategy just now?
I'm crazy.
Like a normal person.
Like a normal person. I definitely haven't killed like 5-6 people.
You know,
if not more.
Normal things that a girl thinks about. What about it? So, it's possible that this poison is actually a known substance?
Just dodge that entirely.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing for a normal person to know about, Proto. What do you want? Something that the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret.
Yes, unfortunately that is a possibility.
Still, just because the drug is new, that doesn't mean it's original.
Does the effect that this compound had remind you of any other drug? Maybe one that's prescription only, or a controlled substance. One you might know by another name, but with a patented structure?
Sorry, sweetheart. It's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body, and they come in all shapes and sizes, from all kinds of places.
If the effect was unremarkable, what about its strength? Could you estimate how much of this stuff he had in his body, all told?
Not precisely, no, not without detailed knowledge on its half-life, but I'd guess it must have been about 20 milligrams?
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for a medicine. So this wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless then?
No, not if 20 mil was enough to crash his entire nervous system.
Were you able to determine the cause of death?
Well, the cause of death, sure. We got that much figured out, at least.
Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring?
Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure. Not enough oxygen in the blood, not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression of the central nervous system.
What would the symptoms be? What would it have looked like?
Lightheadedness, followed by dizziness. Then headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion. Loss of consciousness, and finally, respiratory arrest. Report shows that the EMTs tried intubation, then resuscitation through electrical stimulation, repeatedly. By the time it got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was too late.
The symptoms would have been Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
And you're certain of all this?
Oh, well, most of it, sweetie.
Most of it?
Yeah, it's turned into quite the puzzle, and I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I was surprised a man as rich and famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes, but his files show...
He wasn't a viable candidate for modding.
Yeah, that's right. Without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much data as we'd like. But he was extensively monitored from the moment the EMTs arrived. We're very certain about our conclusion.
Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises?
No injection sites, nothing in any cavities.
Nothing at all, huh? Thank you, Yumi.
Of course. So... You ready to view the body? We could skip it if you want. I know most people get squeamish around corpses.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Just what's wrong with you, girl?
I've seen
Okay,
many
then.
corpses.
Let's get started. All right, I'll just step out for a moment to give you some privacy.
At least
Yes.
pretend it's not like a common sight.
Always. Yes, please. Thank you. The last time we talked was on a Sunday. You were complaining, I remember that. It's the principle of the matter. Right. You had ordered that cheap piece of shit sculpture or something by mistake. And it came damaged, and you wanted to send it back for a refund. I gently reminded you how, with your salary, it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you since you're having so much trouble letting go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can. I denied it, even though you were right, and it was obvious. I should have let you have that one.
I thought that he would look different. But he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale, and he's very still. But his face is the same. His hair, his hands.
You were expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled, and he told me he would see me soon. Now he is dead. Something is gone. And I can't find the difference. I'm trying to look harder. But I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why I was created to not be capable.
Oh, little android girl. Pat pat.
Patting her head.
Pat pat!
Patting her head rapidly.
Could be an issue of skill.
God damn it. You can't skill issue this moment.
Or maybe it's not something that can be seen, no matter how hard you look. But it's there, I guarantee it. I've seen the transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, the distinction has significance. To the dead, at the very least.
You're going to smoke here? Now?
I'll pay the fine.
That's not the issue.
Were you expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve in all sorts of ways, Pinocchio.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
I'm a cold woman. Sorry to disappoint. The hell? Why the hell won't this thing light?
Adonai, you have your cigarette backwards.
Huh. Fake ass
ass,
Ian
I don't
Giffer.
give a fuck.
Right. Fake Ian Gaffer. Morgan, you're so. Oh.
She is not winning the nonchalant competition.
All right, that's back to cold storage for him. So, need anything else?
Can you send me the chemical makeup of that compound you isolated?
Sure, for what it's worth. Let me just.
It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen with hexagonal structures. So it's organic, but there's a number of metallic elements too. And if you had to speculate on its intended use, based on what we know of its structure?
Well, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding to receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake.
Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene.
True. People are always looking for a higher high or a crazier trip. But a more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. Not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience.
No, there's not. I see. Thanks again. You've been extremely helpful during a very difficult time.
Hey, anything you need, give me a ring.
That's very generous.
Rockford's orders got me on call, so I'm already getting overtime the whole weekend.
Glad to hear it.
Goodbye, Yumi.
Bye to you, Greenie.
My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Why is
Look-
that so ominous?
Low key, kind of want her. Low key, every woman
who?
that Yumi. Low key, every
She's
woman
very
that we've met.
interested in the temperature of robots.
Which one is that?
The purple one.
The goth purple forensics expert. Not forensics. She's a coroner,
Wait,
that's
what?
what she is.
Wait, what the fuck do you mean, low key?
Isn't she a mortician?
Up on ramps and down off ramps, above skywalks and under tram lines. The buildings get progressively more polished as we head for into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory, national headquarters for the likes of Howe Industries, Loquin, Tethys, Ninth, each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscraper shadows. Whalefall, the entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live off the fetid, rotted fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
Weight is commonly listed, and my weight is... Do I really have to disclose that?
God, Noble lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city, a towering nerve center for the whole nation's android industry. It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure, but today I'm glad that Noble keeps such a sizable physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis. Relationships. There are typically trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to.
History.
Their efforts at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation will...
How did you know my father?
Morgan, she's trying to talk to you. Stop being a detective for 2 seconds. What?
Was she setting up a wiki page?
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your brooding?
No, I think she's trying to update the profiles because remember, these are all her, like, profile information.
Yeah, but synopsis, trivia,
True.
history, those are all Wikipedia page entries.
No. What did you ask?
My father. I know you were his friend. But what was your relationship like?
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media. And your online presence is... not significant.
You saying I don't have enough followers?
Essentially.
We went to the same college.
You studied programming.
No, I studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
I wasn't preparing for law school. Or anything else, really. Morgan, every time your eyes go black, I start getting concerned. David, though, he had talent, and he knew he wanted to do something with it. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics.
What classes did you share then?
Business ethics. I was the second best student in class, and he
Was the first?
he was the one who asked the most questions. Not sure about his actual ranking. He found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't. Despite being younger, guess he felt burned. He'd come up to me after class to argue, and sometimes to ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore.
It was kind of you. Oh, sorry.
It was kind of you to give him a chance.
What? Like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't.
What is wrong with you? Okay, one
She
Sunday
has
night.
so many
I do like ever since Proto mentioned it, I'm like, she does just kind of steamroll through things. One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked, saying he was in bad shape for his tech course. There was a midterm or something the next day. I couldn't make heads or tails of the material, but I did my best to at least quiz him. He wasn't satisfied though, wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergraduate midterm.
Did I
Just
say
like
something?
me, for real, for real.
God, did I say something scandalous?
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
Yeah, well, even founder types can have poor time management when they're 21. He was already fried by that point. It wasn't hard to tell what he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid for him.
You stole a controlled substance just to help him with studying.
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo.
He already knew the content as good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. Didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes just until it kicked in.
And the test.
B+, I think.
I'm surprised that father stayed close to you with you after that. You stole and lied to him.
I stole and lied for him. And David understood that. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out. But I guess that's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming.
Oh, she puffed her cheeks out. She's not happy about that.
She's not.
She's pouting.
Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published his paper.
The Turing solution, a framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of his advisors came up with that title. David thought it was way too cocky, but
it hasn't failed any known Turing test in the years since.
don't act like you're the one who deserves the credit for it. He called me one weekend asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. He would talk to me about whatever personal or professional problem he was stuck in his head that day, and I would nod while he wore himself out. And at the end of the conversation, he'd thank me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. He took Noble's offer, and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day and attend corporate training at night. And whatever else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You are referring to his one-point doctrine.
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
Simple and elegant, but anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designed for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing. But obviously, they got over the distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even as he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with nobody like me. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship. He helped me to put down payment on my apartment, and made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes. So, is that enough detail for you? Thoroughly convinced that he and I were in fact friends.
I am. But, Adonai, the favor that you owe him, what was it for?
That's private. Understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you. Say you understand.
I understand, Adonai. We will be arriving shortly. Shall I send word ahead?
Just tell him that David Lawyer is here. Oh, Lord.
Yippee!
Noble Electronics Northeastern HQ. Sublobby A8. Oh, Jesus. I've been here before. Sat right here in this lobby waiting for David to come and treat me to lunch. At least I think it was this lobby. Could have been some other floor. Could have been an entirely different building. All these corporate towers of Babel feel like interchangeable fractals to me, folding in on themselves in patterns of narcissistic paranoia. So monumental in the scale of their hubris, they need to use non-Euclidean geometry when drawing up the blueprints. The greatest minds of each generation coming together, just to find the most expensive way to shove their heads up their asses.
Adonai, is something bothering you?
Just doing the math on how long we'll be kept waiting here. Apparently, someone will be here shortly. So maybe if I pass the time by glaring around this place, it'll improve my mood. They changed the logo again.
Noble Electronics.
How's it feel stepping in here? Is this some kind of religious experience for you?
It's just the corporation where my father worked.
Careful now, or they'll burn you for heresy against the company.
You said it again. The company, as if it's a proper noun. You're mimicking the employees, aren't you?
So it can't obey simple orders, but it can pick up on that.
Is it just a part of the corporate culture?
Noble's one of the biggest corporations. There is one... Noble's one of the biggest corporations there is. One of the biggest there's ever been. We mere humans can't hope to escape the gravity of anything that size, no matter where you live or how far off the grid you think you are. So imagine what it's like working for them. You live in company dorms, work in company quarters. Wherever you go, that logo's right above your head. You eat, sleep, and breathe on Noble's timetable at its discretion. When you spend your whole life inside of it, Noble must feel big enough to be the only company there is. Good heavens.
Think this is only one room. This complex is so massive that it doesn't even feel man-made. It's like it was carved out of the rock by waves, like it's always been here.
That's the con. If this place was actually natural, there'd be birds everywhere.
I hadn't considered that. Why aren't there birds in here?
Probably because of what they do to the ones that get in. I'm kidding. No, I don't have a better explanation.
So much energy. So many people. All so intent.
You kidding? It's Saturday. This place is half empty.
But doesn't everyone work on Saturdays?
All the parents do, so they don't need to find the childcare on Sunday. Everyone else flips a coin, I guess.
All these people for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
I'll throw
What
up
could
in
they
my
all
mouth.
possibly be doing? I would kill myself.
Oh, I'd kill myself.
I would immediately. You know what? I understand why there's so many drugs.
Making work for themselves.
You can be very cynical, can't you?
Yeah, I'm terrible. But that guy over there has just been jiggling his cursor for the last 20 seconds. Whoever comes to greet us better have a pulse and some goddamn authority. My mood's starting to sour, and if they just send me the first link of their infinite chain of corporate bureaucracy, I'll make them wish. Who wants some blue text?
Morgan?
Alright. That's me.
Hey there, Android Manufacturing Quality Control, Eastern Division. Evan Dawes.
Evan Dawes, he says, like it's an afterthought. What's a name compared to your place in the hierarchy?
You seem familiar. Have you...
I'm David's lawyer.
Oh, then we must have...
Apologies. Let me first say how sorry I am about his passing. You and everyone else at the company must be going through a lot right now.
As if it's a proper noun.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
You're welcome, but it's no big deal. Everyone's on the razor today, but what else is new? And compared to PR or legal right now, our workloads in QA are... Never mind. How can I assist you?
Shortly before his passing, Dr. Ashur began the process of registering this android.
Yes, that is correct.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish the job.
Look at that. It's definitely custom.
Gee, you think? Good thing I sought out an expert.
Warm, it goes without saying. Reminds me of the A16 Premiere, if anything. The barcode is clearly printed, no visible deep effects. But you're right, it doesn't correspond to anything we've got on file.
Huh.
Well, they sent you the right man for the job, and now we just need to go to the right place.
Not far, I hope.
It's in the building.
In the building? That could mean anything from down the hall to a half a day's hike.
The production line on B9 should have everything we need.
You do manufacturing inside your corporate headquarters?
B9's a fully functional production floor, but it was only built for demonstrative purposes. New clients make deals upstairs about how many and in what shape or size, and they come down to the basement to see how the sausage is made.
They have enough money to build a fake factory just for guests? Smart! So long as you're only giving tours and not giving away the company's secrets.
No need to worry about that. We take intellectual security very seriously around here.
No kidding. There are living cameras on us at any moment that I can see. And who knows how many pairs of modded eyes are aimed our way. Clearly nothing happens here without the almighty company knowing about it. So, if they try to claim ignorance about anything, it's gonna piss me off. Lead the way.
Girl, why are you like this?
Listen, she's angry.
Girl.
She's grieving.
True.
I mean, remember when she was mad at one woman, she killed 6 women that looked like her?
Didn't think about that, BTW.
She was like, oh, they do look like you, huh?
Damn, that bitch does live in my head rent-free for real, for real.
I'm not gonna think about that. It really is fully furnished down here. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's pretty rare to get to see all this in person, you know? Would you mind terribly if I looked around for a moment?
No problem. I've got some prelim prep work I need to handle anyway, so have at it.
I better take full advantage. I need more than cursory knowledge if I want to figure out where Sarah came from and why David wanted me to take custody. I'm gonna look around. You stay put in the meantime.
Adonai.
When one lose you amongst the rest of the merchandise.
D1 rage baiter.
Yeah. What's being built out there?
Our top-of-the-line brand new bestsellers, the Animate 16, Warm.
Looks kind of cold out there.
We keep the factory floor refrigerated. Slows the organics already tuned metabolic activity to a minimum.
That explains why the room doesn't smell like rotting flesh. The flesh out there is only somewhat rotting. Slowly. I'm just meant to surprised to see it metal.
Oh, Well, all the A16s have alloy endoskeletons. The organics are layered on later in the process.
Sounds like what Sarah told me about herself. Maybe she really was the A16's prototype. But it's hard to imagine bridging the gap between her and these scattered doll parts. I get that you can just grow about anything from Lax Gemini, but how do you get the synthetic and the organic to work together?
Yeah, that was our first concern when R&D began working on the worm concept. The 1.0s were real skin with synthetic muscle. And it was a horror show. Metal pulling on skin was just...
Right.
For 2.0, they worked backwards. Organic muscles, organic skin. But digital signals on organic hardware was a dead end.
Didn't the muscles flex when you passed an electric current through them?
They'd flex and unflex, sure, but that's not nearly precise enough for facial expressions. Looked like puppets stirring up on live wires. We used the test footage to haze interns, actually.
You must have figured something out. The A16 wouldn't look out of place on the runway.
Thank you, we try. We ended up reaching out to mod companies. Well, we actually just bought about half dozen of them, but...
Right.
They figured out how to get human nervous systems moving mechanical limbs decades ago. So we just needed to get a mechanical nervous system to move living limbs.
Very clumsy attempt to avoid using the word human.
High-precision mods are slotted straight into the nervous system. They receive their input from neurotransmitters, not bioelectricity.
So you had to do the opposite.
Exactly. We created a synthetic neurotransmitter that our androids could use to communicate with organic flesh.
Where did that breakthrough come from? Dr. Asher?
Partially. He led the team that built the motor neurons in this analogy. They carry commands from the central nervous OS to individual muscles across the chassis. But the synthetic analog serotonin, that was actually an old brainchild of the VP of Android Futures, Helen Jung.
Jung. Hasn't David mentioned a Dr. Jung before? Sounds impressive.
She's one hell of a biochemist.
Digital serotonin is crazy, by the way. I just thought about like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Inject that directly into my blood vein or whatever.
It wouldn't help, but it would help your computer.
Right.
That's what Digimon is to me.
God.
Or she was, I guess. Not much time for individual lab work when you get to her kind of pay grade.
So Chung collaborated with David on the technology that enabled warm androids. As I thought, whatever went into Sarah that makes the android so distinct, he couldn't have taken the sole credit for it. Chung, did he partner with her on this?
You wouldn't download serotonin, would you?
God,
Yes.
I would. This seems
would.
to share some components with that coffin Sarah was napping in. If DAW is just quality assurance, is it some kind of android calibration device? It's probably what he'll use to register Sarah. Looks a little... Is Sarah tall enough for it to recognize her? Feels like I've seen this before. That's right. There was one in David's lab.
That's the nanograde elementary manufacturer. Nanofacturer for short. Real high quality piece of machinery, each of them built in-house by Randock Mechanics.
What does it do?
Nano-level flash fab. Basically a 3D printer for nanomachines.
You build nanomachines in your factories for use in your androids.
The raw materials are cheap, literally elementary, so no sense in getting them shipped in. It's mostly the medical models that make use of them. Inject a couple thousand nanates into a patient's bloodstream, run diagnostics, and provide a solution.
A 3D printer for nanomachines. So what kind of ink does he use?
Silicon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, building blocks.
Hey, wait a second. That sounds familiar.
They feed into the nanoprinter and it assembles the machines particle by particle.
Like a ribosome building structurally complex proteins out of chemically simple amino acids. Must be time consuming.
You would think, but Randolph cracked the code on parallel microfacturing. The inside's crystalline, sprawling, like an ant's nest. Raw materials enter at one of the thousands of different entry points, combining and recombining at intersections. The finished product ends up at the center and drips out in a liquid solution. Distilled nectar, swimming with millions of nanites in just 2 minutes.
That sounds like something I can produce.
All right.
Nectar? It's sticky?
It can be, depending on the desired output, but the door vacuum seals while it's cooking, so don't worry. It's completely spill-proof.
What a relief. Not exactly a box of paper clips David could just have brought home with him in the office one day. He must have bought his own for some reason. What am I missing? Ah. There's something out there that caught my eye when we came in. Very familiar shade of crimson. If I squint through the glass, out on the floor there are temperature-controlled fluid tanks. Through glass and plastic flows an eye-catching scarlet that transitions into... So you add the blood toward the end.
You mean the oxidant? Yeah, relatively late in the process. Is something out of place?
Androids have blood, even if it's not officially labeled as such, but it isn't red, it's pink. Sometimes milky, sometimes neon, occasionally garish, but pink.
Nope.
God. I just didn't think the oxidant would be red.
Oh, right, sorry, I barely noticed it at this point. The color's natural, comes from the biomanufacturing process. That chromofuge out there removes the byproducts, the waste, the excess pigment.
Changing it from blood red to psychopop pink.
Without that chromofuge, our android's flesh would come out looking all the wrong colors.
That may be true. It probably isn't, but it may be. But I have a simple explanation. Blood is primal. The side of it carries weight. They change the color of their product's blood so that when an android gets a bottle broken against its face, no one bats an eye. What we've got on this data pad? Some kind of write-up? Chris, take over.
On the subject of Sullivan's Peak, much of our world today, and in fact much of our world's economy, is heavily influenced by the uncanny valley. The thought experiment provides a simple and easily applied explanation for the gaps we see in the otherwise wide spectrum of automated dependence that assist us in nearly every industry on the planet. There's a very simple, primal truth to it. We like things that resemble the living, like cartoons and puppets and toys, and we like things that are damn near indistinguishable from the living, like whatever name Noble's latest products are being sold under. But there are deep, deep trenches between those two ends, where products are universally appalling to human sensibility. The uncanny valley will no doubt remain a useful tool for teaching, marketing, and designing for generations to come, but already we are seeing ways in which it fails. It is becoming increasingly clear to us that the space between nearly indistinguishable and truly indistinguishable is much wider than we ever suspected, and it may not be the only part of the map that we must fear. I propose that we bridge these gaps in knowledge by looking to the speculative fiction of Robert J. Sullivan, who in his most well-known work, Equal Under One Sky, described a concept which therefore after has been called Sullivan's Peak. Through the lens of his characters and their so very divided world, Sullivan demonstrated that the uncanny valley does, in fact, have its own peak on the other side, a point past which making an artificial existence any more human in its features serves only to make the user experience more uncomfortable, more difficult, and more fraught with moral pitfalls. Once you reach Sullivan's Peak, traveling any further only has diminishing returns. The implications of this idea are far-reaching. We may very soon reach a point in which the designers of ads can only make their creations less lifelike or less likable, a hard stopping point for technological process. What then, we must ask? Oh, looks like you forgot to sign into this device. Drop your thumbprint below and we'll keep you squared away while you keep reading.
God. Surprised to find reading material like that around here. Are they just passing it around as a gag? Or are they actually afraid of Sullivan's Peak around here? Noble must be wary of it. Right?
Probably, considering how real Sarah is and how bootleg.
Yeah. The peak does exist. They'll be coming up on it fast now that androids are warm. Noble's entire product line, maybe their entire industry could go bottoms up if people start to think it's cruel. So here's an indication of where their androids are headed. I could see some people getting uncomfortable. Alright, what am I missing here? There we go. An inhaler I left out on the desk. Probably half a dozen empty ones in one of those drawers. DAWs, the inhalers. They're distributed by the company, correct?
Oh yeah, HR handles it. They personalize your dosage and prescription and update it based on performance and job fulfillment reviews.
Other corporations do it the same way?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone's trying to keep pace with each other, so... Can't have your employees losing focus on the job. Could cost you. Who knows how much in lost efficiency.
Sorry if this is insensitive, but given what happened to David, are overdoses common in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, if you do a good job, you get drugs. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you haven't done well enough this month. We're taking away your Adderall.
Ooh.
Overdoses, that is, not hospitalizations or deaths. It's all pretty organized these days.
These days?
Man, back when I started in consulting, pretty much everyone had an embarrassing story from the first 2 years where they popped a few too many greens and missed the on-ramp.
Popped greens?
Yeah, it used to be pills. Green to get you going, yellow to keep you there, swallow red after brushing your teeth, and get into your bunk fast. But yeah, the inhalers are a huge improvement, like going from torches to the light bulb. They sync straight to your personal biomes and adjust dosage in real time. Overdoses are way down.
That's great to hear.
The trainees under me don't realize how good they've got it. Kids probably won't even have to learn how to purge.
Excuse me?
Good heavens,
Yeah.
they're giving the employees fucking eating disorders too.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know, right?
All done. Ready to get the ad handled.
Thanks for humoring me.
Can you have it step into the scanner?
Yeah, purge became yeah, there's a lot of terms that we have up here, but I haven't been going through each one because we got to keep things moving. The active injuries once, so yep. I know what purging means. As he says.
Understood.
Right then. What are we looking at here? Whoa. There's a lot to unpack here.
We theorized this may have been Asher's pincushion.
A pincushion, huh? That would explain some of what I'm seeing here.
Language is on that screen.
Tess. You know, Tesseract? All noble products and... well, pretty much all products, period, are programmed in Tess. Easy to read and write. Stay compliant. Now this model, what'll it go by?
Sarah.
This Sarah model. It's got everything the 16th line has, that's for sure. Organic skin, hybrid muscles, advanced facial processing and emoting. But there's a lot crammed in here that's still in development. Like, in the idea phases. solar hair cell strands, decentralized redundant power, mental and physical overclocking with extended tolerances. Data storage so large I can't. No, wow, he had to measure it using.
Hell of a poker face.
Wait, decryption and signal hijacking. That's
Hacking?
essentially.
Does that mean it could hack its own tenants?
Oh, no, that's unthinkable. Literally, for an ad. For an ad to break its tenants, it would be like you stepping into traffic or dropping a baby. Even if you're physically capable of it, it's not something you would ever choose to do. You're saying that.
Yeah, some people do walk into traffic. Psychotics, addicts, the mentally ill. Does that mean that there are androids?
Well, no, there aren't crazy androids. So, yeah, I guess my analogy doesn't hold up.
That's okay. So it can't hack itself, but it was given the ability to hack other systems.
The industry line is that such a capability could be an option in certain emergency scenarios.
Yeah, I know what the tenants are. I'm a sci-fi dude. Of course I know what the tenants are.
Breaking through the firewalls and encryption of surrounding electronics to broadcast directly to police or military channels. Speaking of military, this musculoskeletal setup is drastic. I've never seen this on a consumer model.
Can you lift a car or something, Sarah?
Most cars, it would depend on the center of gravity.
Huh.
Lady, this Sarah could wrestle a public disturbance walker and come out on top.
Those stomping behemoths they bring out for riot suppression?
And in terms of computational ability, the estimate says that can't be right.
Look, Dawes, I was actually hoping you could tell me something about the software or the metadata. Who worked on it and when?
Right, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. The editing logs have been purged.
That doesn't sound very above the board.
Sorry, I can't tell anything about who worked on Sarah, or when.
Any chance you can restore those logs?
Not here, not with this machine. I'd need the computers that were actually used for programming this model. Any ideas where that would be?
Sarah?
I cannot answer that question with any accuracy.
I had a feeling you might say that. That's right.
Sorry, I can tell you that the code is unique. There's hints of the A16 in there, a few of the same conclusions, it's just... Dr. Asher, whoever, took very different paths to get there.
So Sarah has even less in common with every other android on the inside.
Sorry, I didn't expect to hit a dead end here.
Not at all. You've been very helpful. Can we still get the registration done?
Yeah, no problem. We got the software and forms all set up here. Occasionally, we let a new business partner bring one home fresh from the oven, you know?
Oven? Gross.
All right, a few basic questions then. Who's going to be the official owner of this unit?
She is.
As it says, unless the will disagrees, it's my responsibility.
Right then. You fine with the designation Sarah? We can set it to anything you like.
Well, actually... Never mind, Sarah will do fine.
Okay, this part's all standard. Civilian model, address, contact info, I can all get from your crumbs. Do you want to reset to factory defaults? Could clear up a lot of the quirks.
Not right now.
The last thing, then, is the grading. I'm reading 23 tenants here. Nothing too far out of the ordinary.
23? That's higher than I expected, talking with it. She seemed more malleable than that.
Don't blame yourself. Guessing tenant count from outward appearances has become a crapshoot. Not like it used to be. Used to be they only had 3 tenants total, and every unit had to have them. Then came the first accidents, and the first lawsuits, then the hearings, and the legislature.
And the demand for more tenants. A tenant making sure ads couldn't endanger the state. A tenant stating that ads wouldn't divulge private information without prior consent. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to weigh child and adult lives equally during risk assessment. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to do the opposite.
Companies wanted their asses covered, customers wanted guarantees. There was never much incentive to deny a requested tenant, so the list just ballooned. Until the military entered the market in full force.
You sound like you don't approve.
I wouldn't go that far. They needed their ads to be able to pull the trigger when ordered to, without clearing 5,000 lines of bloated, hard-coded decision points to get there. I get that. But since the armies are the only ones using tech with bare minimum tenants, all the best, least cluttered, most elegant code is only used for war games. It's not very romantic. Well, not like I was on the jury.
Department of Advanced Defense Projects v. Zenith Dynamics. The Supreme Court sided with the military's requests and set a new precedent that every other army around the world would race to meet, changing tenants from a mandated list at the root of every ad source code to a choose-your-own checklist.
Funny, ads with the most tenants. They're so locked up you can't even have a conversation with them. And outside the armed forces, the only ads with...
My fault. There we go.
And outside the armed forces, the only ads with single-digit tenant counts are just vacuuming floors. The most impressive ones, like what you got here, fall somewhere in the middle. Sorry, went on a tangent there. Only thing left is the evaluation.
What gets evaluated?
Total financial worth for insurance purposes. Yeah, the insurance companies make sure we have very accurate algorithms for this. No room for human error, they insisted. No sense of irony. Wow. I mean, I knew it was custom, but...
What price could they have possibly...
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of digits.
You should know, these formula are pretty conservative with their estimates.
Oh God.
That's crazy. Yeah, this is on the low end. This is a low roll.
This is if you got lowballed, bro.
Yeah, this is the number if you got low roll.
Stingy, even.
Oh God.
If Sarah's really David's latest and greatest work, they say some things are priceless, but when you force an insurance algorithm to pick a number,
Try not to get any scratches on it, I guess.
good heavens.
You spoke differently back there.
Hmm?
With Dawes, you spoke like he did, it seemed.
Like I copied his accent?
You seem to mirror his effect, his tone.
It's called being friendly. What's your point?
It was just an observation.
You can choose to keep those to yourself, you know. No tenant required.
Why were you so concerned about registering me in the first place, Adonai?
For the same reason I wouldn't drive around in a car without a license plate. Any cop, or even just a well-placed camera, could have spotted your barcode and seen that it wasn't set up with any actual data.
And then they would have arrested me, and then they would have thrown me in the slammer.
No, they would have arrested me and put you in an evidence locker.
An android can't get arrested.
People get arrested. Property gets seized. And then smashed. Great, you put us over the weight limit.
I did no such.
Morgan Counselor, your presence has been requested on the upper floors.
Who's asking?
Vice President of Android Features, Helen Jung.
Shouldn't have assumed I still had the opening move. Tell her I'll be right up.
I'll redirect your elevator now.
Taking control of your elevator is very
Convenient?
forceful. As if Noble is trying to directly steer your investigation.
If Noble wanted to shut me down, they wouldn't bother to be subtle.
I suppose they could simply refuse to cooperate.
Or just let the elevator drop. Well, Bean, do you want to be Helen?
I could.
Go forth. Helen it up.
God. Helen is so Karen adjacent.
It really is, isn't it?
I've never met a Helen
bad
I like.
bitch spotted!
Ah, there she is.
Kinda cunty.
Right. Speaking first is a sign of weakness, is it? And here I thought I could avoid wading into the swamp of corporate pretend power dynamics. Let her stew! Silence is only awkward if you care. I can ignore social cues all day long.
I always liked this time of day.
Not too muggy for you?
No, I never liked a clear blue sky. It always seemed cold to me.
You're in luck. The sky gets more colorful every year.
Oh, a new crazy bitch has joined the Right.
Yeah. As the air quality drops? Childish, isn't it? Marveling at the small sheen of rainbow dancing on the surface of a massive oil spill. Apologies for waxing poetic. It's been a very unusual 24 hours around here.
Dr. Zhang.
Just miss is fine.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Just Miss is fine. Miss Jung, I get the feeling you didn't bring me up here just to talk about the weather. Hold on, let's check her profile. Oh wait, we forgot to check Dawes. Occupation Chief Supervisor, Android Manufacturer Quality Flow. Likes hammocks, calligraphy, pale ale. Dislikes first dates, conference calls, 5 o'clock shadow. Proud of his practice handshake. Struggles with solving captchas. Hair starting to gray.
Solving captchas?
Oh, is he an android?
Solving
make
captchas?
He makes them.
Oh, but he can't solve captures.
Yeah.
Solving captchas?
No.
All right. Occupation. Huh?
She actually gave us a weight.
Maybe she doesn't like her. Occupation VP of Android Features at Noble Electronics. Likes red meat, flower gardens, high thread counts. Dislikes working from home, shopping online, waiting. Languages fluent in 3. Enjoys attending baseball games. Hidden talent, getting children to stop crying. Wait, where's her aunt?
Strangely normal.
Right? Oh god, we've got so much evidence. Actually, you know what?
Looking for the aunt.
Yeah, I was looking for the aunt. Was Morgan? No, that's Morgan. Is it Rockford? No, that's, oh my god, wife.
That's the
God damn. Bumba.
Yes. With Fran? No, that's the non-binary situation.
the child.
Wearing Gucky.
Gookie. Was it the last one? Starling?
No, that's
No. That's the
That's the
assistant.
assistant.
that's beloved daughter. Rockford, that's Emma. Reyes? Oh, that's yes. Smiles. Morgan Masters?
Masters?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
But guess what? Oh,
Yeah.
The old lady.
The auntie.
wait, depends on the time of the day.
Jewelry, 24 carat. Age, difficult to verify.
Yes, we be door cracking.
True.
Likes handsome men, pretty women, and expensive liquor.
True.
She's so real. No, I brought you up here to express my condolences. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Though I could say the same. I know you and David worked together for many years.
Yes, we did. But as much as I'd like to just drop everything and process, the company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. Or anyone. Was Dawes of any help?
She sent him trying to be helpful or just trying to control the narrative? He was great. But that must mean you know why I'm here.
I don't want to make assumptions.
No need. I'll be explicit. I'm here as an officer of the court, which means I'm bound by law to document every rock I turn over, and every person I speak to.
Yes, the lawyers made that all very clear. Lawyers? You have an android. It's not one of ours.
You can tell that quickly. Got all the faces memorized?
It's easy enough to remember the major archetypes we use, yes?
If you're nuts about your work, baby. It's a recent acquisition. Very recent, in fact. One of David's last requests, apparently.
David asked you to take it? I've been told that you've been to David's estate already.
The police gave me full access to the scene.
Then you know that he wasn't alone last night.
Yes, and there was a single witness who met with him and called emergency services when he fainted.
I was that witness.
Why did we just get water glass added to our evidence? Oh, was it the
Updated.
updated? Yep. Helen
Ah,
Jones
her
DNA.
fingerprints.
Yup. I'm scared about spending these credits. We've been so good. Really? Obviously. There aren't that many people David would bother meeting with in person, let alone welcoming them into his own and offering them a drink. I also knew that Jung is his superior, on paper, though not in fame. And I knew that the witness had Executive Plan 3 insurance, so they had to be higher up than David. Well then, do your lawyers know we're having this conversation?
Of course. They're pulling their hair out about it as we speak.
I can't imagine why. The police cleared you. And you were well within your rights to ask for some privacy, given the high-profile nature of all that's happened. So, why call me up here? Why cut through all the red tape your lawyers painstakingly hid you behind?
Eventually you, or some clever lawyer like you, would get the record opened. Through legal means or otherwise. The company's enemies are legion, and they have a prying knife for every occasion.
Still, that would have taken time. Time you could use to get ahead of what could be the biggest PR hurdle Noble's ever seen.
Touché.
And...
So perhaps the truth of the matter is that I simply didn't want to hide. David was my colleague for several years. If I were in your shoes, I would have questions as well.
You're doing this for my sake.
No, my reasons are purely selfish. I'm only hoping that talking to someone whose job isn't to defend me from all consequences might prove therapeutic.
If she wants to play confessional, that's fine by me. But is that really all that's going on here? Why don't you start from the beginning then? You went to his home last night?
Yes, at around 7:30 p.m. The building's penumbra captured all of that quite clearly.
He fell ill around 8 o'clock p.m., so you spent half an hour together. Why late call? In person.
We had an intense discussion yesterday afternoon. David never came in on Saturdays, and I didn't want to spend the weekend glaring at him through screens, so I visited, and he let me in, and we talked.
About?
The good old days, if you can believe that. Back when we were both new to the company, eager to make a name for ourselves.
How long ago was that?
7 or 8 years ago?
Miss Jung,
Putting a number on it, it doesn't sound that long ago, but it feels... We spent a while like that, just talking. He was lively and sharp, and I never would have thought that a few minutes later... that he would be dead. That he would commit suicide in front of me.
huh? Hey, wait. A firm reply. What happened?
A quarter before 8, he said he wanted to toast. He got up, walked back into his workshop, and then he must have went down to his basement to get us a bottle. I checked some messages in the meantime. Enjoyed the view.
In other words, she stayed on camera.
He came back with a bottle of whiskey and 2 plastic cups. We drank and talked. He got quieter, spoke less. I thought he was just getting drunk. I didn't get worried until he started to fall asleep.
You tried to wake him?
He wasn't responding. I tried to shake him awake, but he didn't seem... I left him and ran to the kitchen to use the security system.
Didn't think to use your phone.
No. I suppose I didn't. But it worked out. The Penumbra's emergency protocol summoned a VTOL straight to his helipad with 1 button press. When I returned to the parlor, he was limp. I moved him to the floor as delicately as I could. He had a heartbeat, but I just did what I could until they arrived.
You went with them to the hospital, I take it.
Yes, they insisted. They checked my vitals and ran a talk screen, which came back clean.
So the Davids, for all the good it did him.
I wasn't paying close attention to what they were saying at that point. But I'm sure they ran through every step of the CCE SOP. That's what they're paid to do.
You seemed certain that it was suicide.
Yes.
Why?
As I said, he got quieter as the time passed, and he spoke less. But the last thing he said to me, the last clear thing he said, was that he was happy ending it here. Said he was content. And he downed his glass after that. He drank every last drop. Does that sound like David Asher to you?
Curious, restless, perfectionist David? No, I guess it doesn't. Oh, Jesus.
Yippee!
Let's talk about the CCE. You said CCE Standard Operating Procedure a moment ago. But what is that?
CCE stands for Counter Corporate Espionage, which is just industry doublespeak for corporate espionage. Only used in self-defense, you understand?
So, Noble anticipates employees at your level getting poisoned?
They give us all kinds of CCE training. Subtly, of course, usually disguised on the itinerary as leadership workshops or psychiatric evaluations.
They train you to expect to get murdered at these leadership workshops?
Murder's fairly rare at our level. More likely, they'll want us too sick to work. Let us drain company resources in a hospital bed while our position sits vacant.
That's smart. Like snipers purposely avoiding vital areas to strain the enemy's medical resources.
That's terrible! Like snipers purposely avoiding vital areas in order to strain the enemy's medical resources. That's nothing compared to when they want to turn an acid. Feel ill for the rest of your life with an undiagnosable malady. Or become our mole and we'll send you the antidote every 2 weeks.
That's a nasty piece of work.
It's a nasty line of work. Consulting.
I'm sorry?
That's just what they call it. Can't exactly put corporate spy on your CV.
So, every consultant I've met at a cocktail party was actually...
It depends. Did they say that they're consultants? Or did they say that they were in consulting?
What the hell am I supposed to remember? So, do your people think that what happened to David was a deliberate attack?
Noble's competitors have been trying to get to David for years. And that's the timescale their plans operate on. If this was an attack from a rival corporation, the company would have seen it coming. And they'd probably have struck first.
Let's talk about your history with Noble. I think that's like the next best line. As VP of Android Futures, you're David's superior, aren't you?
That's correct.
Didn't you join the company at around the same time?
David was always more interested in his work than he was in climbing the ladder. He didn't like playing the corporate politics game.
So, was he unpopular around here?
Not unpopular, no. Not the great David Asher, Dr. David Asher. Misunderstood, perhaps.
How so?
He could be blunt. Demanding, some might say. He wasn't trying to be, it's just... Not everyone could work at the same pace as he did, for as long as he did.
Even with the whole company huffing those inhalers, they couldn't keep pace with David? Speaking of which, I don't see any at Jung's desk. Maybe it's just not something you leave out in the open at her level. So, would you say that his work-life balance was...
Balance implies that the two are at odds with one another. We use work-life harmony here at the company.
Oh, shut up. Fascinating! So was he in harmony?
No. David always had plenty of suitors, but he was never willing to put the time in. But I'm sure you're more knowledgeable than I am on that subject.
Right.
What do you mean?
I had to help him draft a lot of apology notes over the years for misunderstandings and double bookings.
Scandalous.
Oh, I hate this double speak. Corporate!
Corporate! We're all one big family.
Work-life harmony. I've been curious about this ever since I saw the scene. Why the plastic cups?
There's a story there. David and I had got hired around the same time, under similar circumstances. Headhunted while finishing our higher education. During recruiting, the company claimed to want us badly, but in practice, our actual authority was...
Inexperienced and overpaid. You must have been extremely unpopular.
You don't mince words.
David was a manslaughter. I mean, look at him.
True. We didn't either back then. We were loudly trying to convince our superiors that their entire sales model for androids was antiquated and self-defeating.
The two of them made the one point doctrine? That's not the story I've heard in Noble commercials and Noble sponsored media. And come to think of it, it's not a story I ever heard from David himself.
We had this deadline self-imposed. Oh, we had this deadline. Self-imposed, but still a deadline. We wanted to get our pitch to the president of international sales by end of day.
7 p.m. rolls around and people start filtering out. David still has his head buried in diagrams and sales figures. Imagine a technical man like him, a programmer. Oh, that's you actually still. It's blue text.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Assume. No.
My fault.
Imagine a technical man like him, a programmer, trying to make a sales pitch. The clock hits 9 and even the zombies start heading home. I turn to David, tell him that it's not gonna happen. We're nowhere near finished and the day's long since been over. He looked at me like I'm the only other person on a sinking boat and I've just stopped pitching water. And he says, "The president lives on the other side of the globe. We've still got all night until his end of day." We wrapped up at 4 in the morning. Just us and the cleaning staff. Back then, only half of them were ads. He finally sends the message and I'm ready to collapse. I've got nothing. We stared blankly at his inbox for the next 40 minutes, hoping that the harsh light would give us the energy to work through the next day. And we got a response. It wasn't long, but it showed he was interested. I'd been turned down so many times before then. Ignored and placated, I don't know, passed up and ghosted, but together, David and we had finally gotten a win. So David asked if I've got anything to drink. I've got a bottle of some swill in a cabinet at my desk, but he doesn't want to drink from the bottle. Says he wants to toast. So we sat there at 5:19 in the morning, toasting awful vodka to one another in cups we grabbed from the break room. Toasting our first victory against the corporate beast.
What a twink.
True.
Oh my god, what a twink.
Between the lack of sleep and the drinking, the next day at work was hell.
It sounds like a good memory.
Plastic cups and liquor, that was our little ritual. So I didn't think twice when he presented me with my cup. It was ceremony for us.
The A16 only entered production this year, correct?
Correct. Pre-order started last holiday and we began shipping in the first quarter.
I understand that you were instrumental in the success of Warm Androids.
I played my part supervising the launch, yes.
Weren't you the one who designed Synatonin? The factor that enabled communication between synthetic and organic parts?
I'm surprised you've heard of that. I did lead that project, yes, but that was years ago. At the time, Synatonin was little more than a novelty, a dead end. It wasn't until David took the reins on the A16 that we found a use for it.
Took the reins?
He was lead programmer on limb coordination, facial expression, exhaustion parameters, and he designed the synthetic nerves that made all of that possible.
David did all of that? That's a lot more than just programming. Was he always so gifted in that many fields? Did he fill those roles on the A15 or the A14 or the A15?
No. He used to stick steadfast to his role as a software engineer, architect. That was his field of expertise, and he didn't wander far. But 2 or 3 years back, he started sitting in on other departments, taking notes. Soon, he was joining the discussion, proposing new ideas. And eventually, they came to follow his lead.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So he just applied himself, and soon he was leading other departments?
That's the kind of genius that Dr. David Asher was.
Maybe they weren't paying him enough.
The company profited the most, of course, but the entire industry benefited from his vision and leadership. His loss will be felt for years.
What about the little robot girl? So this android, Sarah. Even Dawes couldn't find any real details on where it came from.
It's not in any of our systems.
I'm afraid not. Did Dave ever talk to you or anyone else at the company about a pet project?
Pet? No, he never gave me any indication like that. And if he didn't talk to me about it, I seriously doubt he confided in anyone. He confided in anyone else at the company. David didn't trust anyone higher on the chain than himself. Anyone below him. Frankly, they couldn't possibly hope to give him advice. He never mentioned me. No, never.
Androids don't come cheap. You never heard about him requisitioning parts or resources? There were never any discrepancies with his company credit card?
The company's accountants are mirthless even by industry standards. They wouldn't humor anybody. Not even David Asher. If they had ever detected financial discrepancies, there would have been an uproar loud enough you could hear it in the mailroom. You have a mailroom? Not since the 30s, just a figure of speech.
God.
He couldn't have taken resources from the company without leaving a record. But
Sorry. Quick finger.
something. But no one would deny Dr. David Asher information. He would have been able to obtain all the necessary data to build his own android. Then, with enough time and money, he could privately purchase the raw materials himself.
I don't understand it. It must have taken him years to build Sarah. He wasn't doing anything illegal, except the hacking stuff. So why keep it secret?
I don't know. But he was private, and a perfectionist. Perhaps he simply wasn't proud of his results.
Could be. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. I'm sure this has been a difficult day for you.
A difficult day for all of us.
A message from Fran? Her running out of leads to chase. The brat better have some good news.
Are you really going to take this to court?
That's my plan. The circumstances may be irregular, but I'm still defending a client from a criminal charge. It's my responsibility to argue that he's not guilty of what he's been accused of.
And is that what you believe? That he didn't commit suicide?
I guess I haven't decided what I believe. All right, Fran.
Gucky.
With the gucky belt. Would you kindly slow the hell down?
No, bitch.
I'm sorry, Adonai. Was I walking too quickly for you?
That wasn't walking. That was speed walking. Up 2 flights of stairs. Very different.
Speed walking? Sounds like a powerful technique. Is it like the Zen Jiao?
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, Chris, explain.
She's a martial arts nerd.
Okay.
Yippee! Load up the Jackie Chan movies!
Just let me catch my breath for a minute.
Adonai, is it possible that you are out of shape?
No.
God. But since we left the cab, your heart rate has...
I'm not wearing the right clothes. Nor the right shoes.
Is that so?
Yes. Also, I didn't stretch or hydrate, and the sun's reaching its zenith.
That would have been several hours ago. Do you mean the air temp?
You said it would be a short walk from street level, so I prepared myself mentally for a short walk. Then you took off like a rocket. You didn't mention we'd have to go upstairs. Are you sure this place is even back here?
The reviews online were quite clear. It's worth the trouble finding it.
Maybe if you're a mountain climber. When I sent Fran hunting for a musician in David's circles, I expected him to bring me someone from the city orchestra at a jazz club. The champagne, flute, and tea kind of musician. This is the tequila and neon part of town.
It should be in view if we turn... Adonai, be careful.
Of what?
It's a stray, and it's bearing its fangs, too. It could be carrying diseases. You should...
Relax.
Adonai, it's growling.
It's not growling at me. See?
So it's just me that it doesn't like.
Too much static.
How'd you get it to calm down?
It's an animal, not a monster. It wants to be calm.
Do you like animals?
What kind of cold-blooded freak doesn't like animals?
Do you have a pet?
No, never have.
Why not?
Because I don't want to take care of a pet.
That seems counterintuitive to me.
Well, it makes perfect sense to me, and I don't need it to make sense to you.
But
You notice you're only this talkative when it's just the two of us. Just an observation. You shy or something? Did David program you to have android anxiety?
it's generally only appropriate to respond to comments that are addressed to oneself. Today, I have rarely been addressed directly by people other than you.
In other words, you're shy.
That is not what I... Can I try petting it?
There's no law against it. Oh. Puppy.
Pats her head.
We're gonna meet
Ultraviolets.
the musician.
Yeah, the musician, yeah. This is the establishment. Oh, sorry, that was you.
Establishment.
Okay. Now to see if Isaac Porter is as habitual as Fran claims.
Do you think Father was close with this man? This man who you've never met?
I think he was close with him, yeah. At some point. I had some help making that deduction. Fran saw that their metadata showed a significant cooling of interaction between the two of them, particularly over the past month. But Fran also saw a phone call between the two last night.
So, they were close. Do you think they were sleeping together?
That is completely inappropriate for me or anyone to speculate about.
Inappropriate? Adonai, it's only...
I'm getting a very important text message from my private investigator. Excuse me.
Did you catch the killer yet?
No.
What the hell? I sent you his position.
I'm at his position. I'm not speaking to Porter yet. Anyway, there's no reason to suspect him right now.
Lame.
Surprised you're invested all of a sudden. Didn't David Asher a corporate sell? Isn't David Asher a corporate sellout in your eyes?
Everyone's a corporate sellout. But Asher gets respect. If I'm a demolitions expert, he's like a really good architect.
That's almost sweet, I think.
Asher started out working in Cube. So in the architect analogy,
Oh,
there
there's
it
something
goes.
coming.
It lagged out for a second.
Ah.
So by today's standards, he's like, I don't know. As a kid, he built all his bricks by hand. Or something.
You know, that lit homework can help you with forming analogies.
Eat this analogy. Did that come through or did the characters break? It's supposed to be a guy giving you the finger.
I take it Cube is a programming language. What's special about it?
Pretty much anything coded in the last 20 years is web-based. You code with the assumption that you'll always be connected. So you can depend on having fat libraries of references to lean on. And if something does go wrong, your errors get reported to you automatically.
But not Cube?
You can look it up. But basically, Cube was originally for robotics and the like. Machinery. Stuff that had to operate in mines. Under the ocean. Middle of nowhere fields with zero signal service. Gross. So Cube had to be self-sufficient.
How rugged?
That's where Asher... Where'd Asher learn Cube anyway? It's older than dirt. It's like from the 40s.
I don't know. I think his father had a machine shop or something.
Vague.
Yeah, well, David didn't like to talk to about his family. And I never asked.
What did,
Or...
what did your private investigator have to say, Adonai?
Not telling.
Boo.
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 The stage for the talent pretty close to the floor. Guess it fits with the whole round table aspect of this place. Everyone's on more or less equal footing, dancing in the dark once you get past Spencer.
Do you think they might have met here?
David and Porter? I can't see David walking in here.
Because you found the walk so challenging?
Because it's too loud to relax. And not dark enough to be anonymous.
I see.
What's that face? You got an opinion to share?
The atmosphere's not bad in here, but the music isn't quite...
I'll find you a survey to fill out before we leave. What kind of music does an android even like?
early 21st century punk rock.
Is that you, or just does that go for all androids?
I haven't met all androids. I can't speak for them.
Wonder what they'd say.
If they're smart, they'd say that music peaked with early 21st century punk rock.
Debate settled.
Pats her head.
Let's see.
That's a very...
Yeah, interesting sprite. We'll talk to that guy last. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. A bar stocked,
individual silhouette.
right? A bar stocked full of colorful selections and busy bartenders. What isn't the kind of club you can order food in? Only time bar food is any good. Only time bar food is any good is when you're drunk enough to forget the taste and the gap between chewing and swallowing. So you can like eat things.
Yes, I can.
What, like android food?
There is no such product.
So what do androids eat?
Online user guides for Noble's Warm Android clarify that they don't eat anything in the traditional sense. They get their energy from electrical charging, usually wireless. whenever they need to eat. It's to replenish specific vitamins and electrolytes.
Sounds like a lot what mod users go through with their sports drinks and energy bars. And charger separation anxiety.
According to the net, warm androids can ingest nutrient-rich processed carbohydrate pellets if they need to forgo electrical charging long-term.
Processed pellets? You mean like kibble? Like dog food?
No, it is not like dog food at all.
Can you buy it from the pet store? God,
It seems that you can,
how is this something you have to look up anyway?
because I've always just eaten whatever father gave me.
Like what?
Marbled beef, never hydroponic avocados, foie gras, that sort of thing.
I am
Princess.
not paying for any of that. You will eat this burger and you will enjoy it. What kind of reading
Where's
material
the
gets
foie
left out
gras?
of the God? What kind of reading material gets left out of in a club? A tabloid interview? Who wants to take this one? Bean, you haven't read.
Oh,
No, I can read it. You did the whole
Oh, that's true. That's true.
CEO.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
exclusive sit down with luxury. You've heard her name on everyone's lips. You've seen her face in magazines and commercials, and then double check to make sure the photos weren't labeled as edited. Now,
God.
you got all your burning questions about her answered here in our exclusive interview with a mysterious young woman that's been called, in perhaps the only truly unanimous vote the net's ever seen, the most beautiful woman in the world. Why the name? People think it's an ego thing, but it was just a random username I picked back when I was grassroots. Then it was a pseudonym to give me a little shade from all the attention. Now it's a brand, and I can't change it without setting the stock market into a spin, so... You're certainly influential after pardoning. After pardoning with you, Inti saw a 3,000% increase in share price. Yay! I'm happy for them. Of course, but to be honest, it's a pain at times like this. She gestures towards her clothes, a plain white t-shirt in gym shorts with no branding visible. On everyone else, it might seem sloppy or even unflattering. On her, it only makes her natural beauty stand out that much more. Who are you wearing, by the way? I can't wear anyone unless I'm intending something. If I don't dress like this, all my sponsors fall into bidding wars every time I leave the house.
Good
Does it stress you out, all that attention? Stress is bad for your skin, right? They say mine's flawless. Can't argue with that. So do you have a skincare routine? Any tips you'd like to share? Be a little bratty. Act a little spoiled. Keeps you young. And how old are you exactly? Everyone's dying to know. 18 to 29, now and forever. Don't get stuck on a cliffhanger like that. Hurry, log in below so you can read the rest. Quickly, time is running out.
Well, however old she is or isn't, Luxury has gotten one hell of a mind for business. It might do her more good than that face in the end. Maybe. It's one hell of a face. In the meantime, she's powerful.
Yeah.
She can't wear branded t-shirts without like, she can't change her name. She can't wear branded t-shirts without like being like, oh no, oh geez, oh millions. Some rises are too meteoric even for even Megs to grab the reins on. At this point, Luxury's got them at her mercy. She can send their stocks into disarray with one selfie. Good for her. Okay, yeah, that's him, all right. Looks like he's killing time before he sets tonight. I'll take this guy.
Are you unsure how to proceed, Adonai?
Good, I think I'm too white for this.
God. I'm sure that you need to hang back. As for me, I'll... Wait, cool. Hey there. Hey. Some sick beats out there on the floor, right? Sick beats? Yeah, or whatever, man. The hell? Are you a fucking cop or something? This isn't a cop bar. Oh, I lost points for that. Fuck
Damn, you have
my
no
money!
aura! No aura!
You aren't really dressed like a cop. God damn, you're media, aren't you? Fucking vultures, man.
Damn!
Perhaps I should start over. My name's Morgan. I was David's friend. I'm currently his lawyer. Can we talk? Not here. Thanks, Isaac. Don't thank me yet. I might just sit here, shut my mouth, and stick you with my tab. So what kind of lawyer are you? What kind of friend? I'm his defense attorney. Think you missed the bus on that then, yeah? And I'm a friend that needs to know what happened yesterday. Doesn't everyone? Try someone else, a friendly lawyer. I haven't seen him in weeks. You might not have seen him, but we both know that you spoke with him over the phone yesterday. Only a short time before he died. How the hell? Isaac. It's pretty obvious that you don't want this particular spotlight to linger on you longer than necessary. So we cut to the chase. No lies, no playing coy. Fine. Sarah.
Yes, Adonai.
The hell? Is that thing transmitting?
I am not streaming any data, no.
Porter doesn't seem to recognize Sarah either. One more person David was keeping secrets for. I need to record everything for court. Fine. You two were together, is that correct? We were together. I ended it. Yesterday.
Damn.
Oh.
I see. I see.
Care to elaborate on our entire relationship? Look, you can tell me everything once and I can get it on the record. Or you can hear the same questions over and over again from 1,000 different cops and mags for the next 3 months. We met in a bar. I had seen him come in a few times, each time with someone else. Each time talking with his mouth, but not looking with his eyes. It ticked me off. Scribbling on napkins and letting his single gin and tonic sweat on the table for 2 hours. His dates would all go to the bathroom or take a call and slip out the back. One of them didn't even make it 10 minutes. He'd still sit there for the rest of the night unfazed. Couldn't tell it was obvious or stupid or shameless or the most competent man in the world. He ticked me off. One night, things were slow and my set had been canceled, and his date hadn't even bothered to think of an excuse before bailing, so I asked him why he'd insisted on coming there night after night. Just to ignore vapid people he wasn't interested in, and the shitty bar with drinks he didn't like. He just said, because I like your music. Unspoken Riz! Man, did that tick me off. It was cute early on. Him being so passionate about work, I could barely pretend to understand. And I like that we gave each other space, you know? Felt like we were being mature, whatever. Until there was no one day where everything turned sour. But at some point, I started to understand where his priorities were and how I ranked in them. Like I said, he was passionate about his work. I just wrongly assumed that he would also be that passionate about me at some point. So I pulled away a little, wanted to see if he'd notice, if he'd miss me. Testing him like that isn't the biggest red flag in the world. He never budged. I could ignore him for days and he wouldn't be the least bit ashamed to see me. If I picked a fight, he'd never even get angry or upset. He'd just apologize. He didn't want to fight with me. Guess he was never invested enough to bother. It was my mistake. I watched him sit there all those nights, not giving a shit when people walked away, and still I had this stupid idea that somehow, for whatever reason, I would be different. That I would be special. But I wasn't, so I ended it. Last night, I called him. Didn't expect he'd pick up. I had everything prepared to leave a message with an assistant or ad or whatever. But he answered. First ring. Without hesitation, shame, or awkwardness. And that ticked me off. So I told him exactly how valued he made me feel the past 2 months. I told him exactly how insignificant I felt as the boyfriend of the illustrious Dr. David Asher. And what did he say? He apologized. And then he asked me if that was all I called to tell him. Woof.
Yeah.
I hung up after that. Spent the rest of the night wrapped in a warm disdain for him and his coldness. He made that easy for me. I went to sleep hurt, but clean, ready for something new. And then this morning, I wake up to see that my ex killed himself not 2 hours after he let me walk out of his life without so much as a doubt. What the hell, man? What the hell, David? And now you're just a tip of an iceberg of lawyers and reporters and buzzards, parasites who want to hear about the man who sent David Asher over the edge. I never wanted to be his last lifeline or the straw that broke his back. I just wanted to be his goddamn boyfriend. Turns out that was asking for too much. It's yet to be determined whether David committed suicide. You serious? You don't have all the you don't have all the facts. And you do? Any one of them point to anything else? Thought so. Thanks for your time. I'll let you get back to it. That's it? No summons? The court has no need for you to retell a sad story like that. The court, huh? Sorry to bother you at work. Sarah, let's go.
Your discography is very impressive.
Yeah? Thanks.
And your range is remarkable. So it pained me to see that all your works in the last quarter have been so melancholy. I think...
What the hell would you know about any of that? What's the matter? Can't find the words? Need to steal them from somewhere first, butcher them before shitting them back out?
I was not trained on any data sets that...
Nah, pardon me. My mistake, really. Not your fault you're only standing here because rich prick nerds were allowed to rob the world blind for most of the century. Sarah, we're leaving. What the hell was that about?
He was under the false impression that I was programmed using a massive automated learning model, an early 21st century.
Not that. Why'd you talk to him?
I just felt that I should say something to him.
A word of advice. People don't want comfort from strangers, especially when they're androids. They want it from the people they want it from. Coming from anywhere else is just corn syrup on a parched tongue. Doesn't matter how sweet it is, they'll just start gagging.
You know a lot about people, don't you, Adonai?
Compared to you, I'm a goddamn savant. Come on, there's not much time left.
Is there still somewhere you want to investigate?
Somewhere I need to return to, actually. Porter was right. As things stand, I don't have any evidence that can establish an alternative interpretation of the facts. But if there did exist hard evidence that could prove his death wasn't suicide, there's only one place I could find it at this point. Oh my god, we're almost done with the investigation.
Probably.
Baby!
Maybe.
Possibly.
It's only been, what, like 3 hours?
Almost.
Oh god.
We're back at the house. We're back in the fucking building again. The basement. Oh, that's you. I keep misreading.
It's fine. There's so many words. You sure you don't want another look at the crime scene?
I'm all out of time. Gotta approach this from the other angle.
The other angle?
You know, inductive versus deductive. Flip the chessboard and all that. Haven't you ever read a mystery novel?
I've seen mystery films.
Well, let's see if you pay any attention then. What killed David Asher?
Poison.
10 points.
There's a point system.
Now, how did that poison get into his bloodstream?
He must have ingested it orally.
And how do we know that?
The medical examiner found no injection marks or wounds.
I love when they do these spreads together.
It's so silly.
It's so good.
They're so silly.
And if he had inhaled it,
Inhaled it? Why?
leave the whys to someone who actually understands them.
I won't be able to understand anything if I don't practice.
Practice by answering my question.
I suppose it's possible. But highly unlikely. We would have found a delivery system for it in the building, like an inhaler.
Right. An airborne poison is either shoved in your face or sprayed over a wide area, and no one around David has shown any kind of symptoms. So, all we're left with is oral intake.
Eliminating the impossible. What's next, Adonai?
Jung's corroborated statement was that David didn't exhibit any irregular symptoms or behavior until I hit the button too fast. Until he started drinking that night, and the police didn't find anything unusual in any of the food or drink in his home.
Except for his cup. The results were inconclusive.
Jung was drinking from the same bottle and the same type of cup, but didn't get sick. We have to conclude then that David Cup alone was poisoned.
That all seems logical. And consistent with the police's theory of suicide. So why are we down here?
Minus 10 points.
Back to 0?
David left the parlor and came back with whiskey in 2 cups. Jung told us as much, and apparently the cameras upstairs support her story.
So we have to conclude, then, that he got them both from this bar.
Better. 5 points. Did he also get the poison from the cabinet?
The police have been in here since we left. According to their ARCS file, they didn't find anything that matches that poison down here.
So the poison somehow went straight into his drinking cup then? I need to flip this around again.
But if you turn something 360 degrees, you're just back to...
If I were the prosecution, what would I want more than anything? Proof that David knowingly added poison himself.
He wouldn't do that.
And you can make that claim because there's no video evidence to contradict you. How long was David off camera?
From 7:36 p.m. to 7:40 p.m., when he left the parlor to get liquor from this bar.
So if we had David on camera for those 4 minutes and he didn't poison himself in that time,
He would have a perfect alibi for the crime.
proving his innocence.
But Adonai, we don't have footage of that. There are no security cameras down here.
I think there are.
What do you mean?
This whole building is coated head to toe in Penumbra security systems, courtesy of Noble. Every console, every corner, every Android on every floor, it's all plugged into Penumbra. Except that.
That panel is...
Manufactured by Cotter Security Systems. Why would David put a console for a different security system in exactly one corner of his penthouse?
I've never given it much thought.
Well, it's been bothering me all day. But my curiosity alone can't scale a 64-digit wall.
You mean...
Signal hijacking, or whatever you want to call it, Have you tried it before?
It is illegal and unnecessary. Father would not... He would not have installed hidden cameras in his own home.
At the end of the day, I can't make you do anything. Well, actually, I probably can now that you're registered to me. But aren't you the one who wanted to prove his innocence?
Eliminate the impossible. I will need your express verbal command.
Not like David can press charges against us at this point. Do it. Did you really need me to say that?
For the purposes of record keeping, yes.
If you...
I've gotten past the 64-digit code, and I have found cameras. There are a number of them embedded in the room's walls and ceilings. As you theorize, they are on a separate network from the rest of the building.
Where are they feeding to, if not the penumbra system?
Behind my hibernation unit.
A false wall in the back of a safe.
I don't understand. Why would Father possibly have a hidden system of cameras inside his own home?
Beats me. He was brilliant, and more than a little odd. Throw in a little money and odd becomes eccentric.
I see. I think?
Did you see her eyes flash black for a little bit there?
Oh god.
I don't. The hell was he thinking? What was he afraid of? Why didn't he come to me for... Time's short. Gotta gather facts now and leave the computation for later. God. Take in? Sure. So is that the original?
It was appraised and confirmed to be genuine.
At least you didn't get ripped off. I'm a Philistine when it comes to this kind of stuff. What does an android see?
I see a meeting. Or perhaps an encounter? Two apex forces of nature, two kings of the forest, the stag and the tiger. I think.
Great. I'm officially less cultured than the robot. What did David even do with all his equipment? Dry his laundry?
What makes you so sure he wasn't exercising?
Did you ever see him use any of this crap?
No, but he must have used the weights when I wasn't looking. Since he promised me that he'd take better care of his health.
Sarah, those weights are all maxed out. David couldn't have put up numbers like this even if he was piloting a frame.
Don't be so sure, Adonai.
Pardon?
The
Hello?
following is a true story based on primary sources who were present for the event and its aftermath. Copenhagen, 1981, 8:10 a.m. local time. A towering man with the musculature of a world-class professional rugby player enters the global Donk Bank on Fredericksburg Lane. He explains to the bank teller that he has a bomb in his suitcase and that he wants his gym bag filled with unmarked bills. A security guard approaches him from behind with a nightstick and swings. But the man simply catches the weapon and bends it into a twisted knot with his massive dinner plate-sized hands. When asked to describe the suspect to the police afterwards, the teller had only this to say. That man was all muscle. The rest of the bank heist proceeds without incident, and the man exits the building just as police arrive on the scene, when suddenly, his suitcase explodes. But it's just a smokescreen. Local officers quickly recognize the ploy and rush towards the door, grabbing each of the hostages as they flee while desperately searching for the perpetrator. What they find instead is a diminutive, frail, sheepish young man, barely 160 centimeters tall, holding a gym bag full of money, with no recollection of how he got there. Renowned psychologist and trained hypnotist Dr. Werner Kurtzer wrote the following in his diagnosis: acute dissociative identity disorder. That's right, the man had a split personality. And so great was the disparity between his two halves that when they switched control, he physically changed, becoming taller, bulkier, and capable of previously unthinkable feats of strength. So be careful what you say a man like father can't do just because of how he looks on the outside.
Sarah, every single word you just said was false.
Huh?
Don't believe everything you read on the net.
Pats her head.
Just making shit up.
Pats her head. You mean people would just go on the internet and tell lies?
Yes. The liquor cabinet this mystery hinges on. The police have all been through it all by now, and they didn't find any foreign context in any of the spirits. No poison to be found here. Well, not that kind of poison anyway. In which case, can I make you anything?
Well, if you're offering, I'll have...
Sorry, you're way underage, aren't you? 2 years old or whatever?
Technically.
Took that one a lot worse than I expected. Cheer up, maybe you'll find a mocktail if you climb to the top of the ladder.
This is a rolling ladder, a kind of step ladder, not a ladder.
They included a stepladder conversation
Yes!
in the fucking game.
These devs know ball!
What?
Remember, a
Oh
ladder
my
is
god!
set, but a step ladder folds out. Let's go!
And?
It's important to know the distinction.
I'd bet my life savings that this subject will never come up again, ever.
Team step ladder.
All right, let's see. Control, auto find. Ah, what's the story with this anyway? Some kind of fault in the foundation?
I don't know. I've never noticed that crack before.
I want to get those eyes checked.
There's nothing wrong with my vision. This crack just must have been created during my most recent hibernation.
Curious. How? Did David jump a weight a bunch of times over and over in the same spot? All right, let's refocus here. So there's some kind of hidden door behind your bunk bed, huh?
Essentially, though a bunk bed would imply a second or third.
How do we open it?
One moment. I see.
Got it open already?
I cannot open this door.
Why?
It is a Tethys Basics Sturdicure.
That anti-hack feature in the name is real?
It's a closed system, Adonai.
The hell am I supposed to do now?
Strange. There was an if-then toggle enabled in the security parameters.
I don't follow.
When Father last adjusted the settings here, he made it so that the door would never open so long as I was hibernating.
And he made it so that I was the only one who could wake her up. Meaning this is a door only I can open?
It'll be a 6-character password, some combination of numbers or letters. Did you and Father have any influential moments in your life that revolved around a 6-letter word?
Nothing comes to mind. Is there a code that he knew only I could learn? Morgan?
M-O-R-G. Was that your name you just tried?
It's 6 characters, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not exactly secure, Adonai. Anyone who knew you and Father were close could have tried guessing it.
Fair.
So, like, are you gonna lock in or what?
Hey man, that was the first one I tried. let me try something else. I think I know what this one is.
A nickname?
Pretty much everyone just calls me Morgan, but not everyone. Yep, this was the second one I'm gonna try.
Yeah, Adonai is in fact 6 letters. It's opening. What was the password, Adonai?
You never guess.
Silly.
Did feel a bit out of character, David utilizing so much cloak and dagger tech. And I've definitely been struggling with the idea of him doing home improvement. But one step in here and it all makes sense. It's a panic room.
Scary.
A panic room is a place for rich people to hide in when people start bouncing bricks off their windows. They're typically not even on the blueprints.
So when Noble built this penthouse for one of their executives,
Someone slipped this into the mix, and it's remained in Noble's blind spot ever since. All David had to do was repurpose it. Make sure you're capturing all this. I don't want to miss my one chance because of a discovery technicality.
I understand, but you needn't specify. My memory is flawless. I can play back visuals, sounds, sensations. I can even give detailed reports on air particulates.
You mean you can smell?
Better than any human, and some canines.
So, does it smell stale in here to you?
Stale?
It doesn't to me. Almost like someone's been in here recently. Almost like someone visits here frequently. Alright, let's try booting up the computer.
You don't think the console is password protected?
2 physical doors, a 6th floor digit code, a half-ton Android, and a secret phrase. If David set a password on his PC after all that, I'm going back to the morgue to have a word with him. Good, it's already signed in.
You're looking for camera footage?
I'd also settle for a note plainly stating that he feared for his life. What am I doing? Here, you search for video files. They'll probably be time-stamped and formatted for short-range devices.
I have the subfolder. The cameras stream live data constantly, but the files are clipped at fairly regular intervals. Once every week, it seems. The most recent video file here has footage going back 8 days. It was accessed yesterday at around 4 p.m.
You were asleep then, so the only person who could get in here at that time is David himself. Alright, let's see it then.
Of course, it's just that I am having difficulty.
Try double-clicking.
I have been trying to open the files from the moment I discovered them, Adonai. But they are encrypted.
Damn it, David, you leave me enough clues to get this far, but you won't let me use your computer? What's the brand of the encryption program? If I rush a subpoena, they might have a back door I can bluff them into.
These files were not encrypted with any commercially available tool.
What the fuck?
This appears to be Father's own work.
Shit. David Asher handwrote the encryption on these files. There's no one alive who could... Hey, was Dawes just flattering you back there? Or is your processing power really that special?
Adonai,
Can you break his encryption? Yes or no?
with enough time,
And how much time would that be?
I would estimate it at 2 to 6 hours.
That's a 4-hour window.
No matter how sophisticated, encryption is still just a code that must be deciphered. And when deciphering any code, progress proceeds exponentially, which makes it particularly difficult to determine the amount of time required to complete the process.
2 to 6 hours. I don't have any better options. Get started.
I started 4 minutes and 23 seconds ago.
Finally showing some initiative. But you've been talking to me this whole time.
I have the ability to analyze data in parallel with utilizing subconscious processes, so long as the work required is rote.
So you're doing it in the back of your head?
Actually, I'm speaking to you in the back of my head. I could give the decryption process my full, undivided attention, but I would become non-responsive.
Hey, that's a pretty nifty feature. I'll have to keep that in mind. All right, can you take this show on the road, or do we have to rip this computer out of the wall and find a battery?
I have copied the encrypted files at work and will work on them as we travel. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Still can't believe David let me get this far just to shut the door in my face at the last second. But he did let me get this far. And the computer's not the only thing in here. The cabinets are a lot less eye-catching than his computer, but knowing David, that's all the more reason to check. Lots of paperwork, bonds and holdings, a platinum bar. His birth certificate might be nearly as valuable. Can't imagine what people would pay to steal David Oster's identity. And down here at the bottom, a binder. Noble's logo on the front, and in the middle, enough pages to dwarf one of those phone books you see in period pieces. They're masking it in legalese even on the table of contents, but basically, this is his employment contract. Hold on to this for me.
It must be very important if you're giving it to me.
It's certainly very heavy.
Was there anything else in there?
Expecting an updated copy of his will to show up?
It is a possibility, isn't it?
Maybe in a corny old murder mystery.
A widely beloved and respected genre with over 2 centuries of...
There is something else. Your papers. That
Evangeline Morgan be given immediate and complete ownership of the android designated Sarah.
It's dated to a few weeks back. He had already made up his mind about all of this? If he had, why did he hide this nowhere else could find it? Was that just a backup plan? Well, at least we've got something a bit more concrete than Starling's word for now.
Her word should be plenty, shouldn't it?
Not if people realize how precious you are. As a collector's item.
Her face was so cutesy for a second.
We've yet to meet one person who knows what the hell you are. But Noble could have easily argued that you fall under private technology or physical holdings. Unless it had something like this.
It's good that you do, then. I'm glad that father wanted me to go with a friend of his.
Yeah. This will give me a huge tax write-off when I donate you for a for-profit college.
Could at least pick a charitable institution.
It's just an old saying. All colleges have been for-profit since the 60s.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
You can cheer up in the car. Hail us a ride to the courthouse. Priority.
There is an upcharge at this hour for priority transportation.
That's irritating. But I'd like to have more than just a few minutes to prepare once we get there.
The upcharge is a multiplier of 5.7.
I'll prepare on the way over.
Very good, Adonai.
And I think... I think
Five
this
times.
is... Huh?
The upcharge is 5 times the price.
Yup.
5.7. It's closer to 6 times the price.
Good heavens. I think that's where we'll end it, though. Shake? Handshake?
Handshake, handshake.
Pokey pokey.
That's it.
So
I
Right?
only lost points 1 time.
I wanted it, but it was funny.
For
Okay,
now. 1 time so far.
Say, remember when you thought you were halfway through when you started? Are we now at the halfway point?
God, imagine this still isn't the halfway point.
I imagine we're at least almost at the halfway point.
Yeah.
If they go by Ace Attorney where there's like multiple court days, This might be like the 1/3 point.
Okay, yeah, so we still have court stuff to do. But yeah, investigation done.
I imagine the halfway point is whenever we get to the courthouse and do the courthouse things.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
This game's awesome.
This is so... They have so many problems. Like,
Everyone
every
has
character has so many problems.
There's bonus scenarios? That's crazy.
What does bonus scenario mean?
Well, we have to get through
I'm
our main
scared.
scenario first.
Eight bonus clips.
Oh, Jesus. But anyway, guys. Thought that's the wrong screen. That was of the devil. That was of the devil. The devil from the Bible.
The devil from Bible.
The devil from Bible.
From Bibble.
Yes. You've got the episode 0 bonuses already. True. We'll check those out later though. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday, where we will be doing something. I don't know yet. I'm not sure if we're gonna. Maybe I'll play some Marvel Rivals. Maybe I'll play some Marvel Rivals on the stream. Would you guys like that? Is that when the next season starts? Actually, no. Next season starts on Friday. It's okay. Maybe I'll do some last minute ranked climbing, by which I mean watch me demote straight into the fucking center of the earth, and I will be mad about it. But I will see you guys on Wednesday. Be good. Another practice of mine that I need to start doing is raiding out, but I don't feel like raiding out today because visual novels are kind of a low number stream. But it's fine. I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday.